Wellness Show, episode number 339.
Welcome to The Wellness Show, a podcast on health and wealth. I'm your host, Tyson Bannigan, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more. We are all live on Facebook, and welcome to The Wellness Show. That was Laura in the background saying something.
Welcome. I work with the funniest guy on the planet. His name is Tyson Bannigan, but he doesn't know it. It's kind of like when a good-looking man doesn't know he's good-looking and makes him even more good-looking.
I don't know what she's talking about, everybody. Welcome to The Wellness Show on health, wealth, and enlightenment. And this is your host, Tyson Bannigan, the psychic shaman. And this is my co-host, Laura Cool, a fourth-generation psychic. And we're here to answer all your questions around dowsing, energy healing, what's up on planet life, planet Earth, planet life. Yeah, we want a planet of life. Planet Earth, and what's up in your life. Okay, so we're here to answer all your questions about COVID-19, the time of planetary change and transformation. So here we are.
Here we are again, every day.
You can phone in 1-866-369-7464. And today I'll actually turn my phone on so you can actually phone in and I'll hear it. Whereas yesterday I had it turned off and I wondered why nobody loved me out there. But we now do have the phone on. And today I wanted to, I just came across something on somebody's page that I thought was really interesting, in that is a shamanistic perspective about what's going on.
Oh.
Their point of view. Now the thing is, can I find it? It's there's so much stuff out there about who's doing what to whom and what's going on. It was interesting to see what this person had to say, and it's really long, and I don't think I can read it all. But it's a shamanistic perspective. The coronavirus seen through a shaman's mind. His name is Jonathan Hammond, and he actually had the coronavirus and was able to spend time from a shamanistic practice looking at or dealing with or questioning what does this virus have to do with him and the world around him. So he starts off, at this tumultuous time on the planet, many of us are yearning for a spiritual context for the devastating coronavirus and for higher guidance to show us the part that we each play in the global crisis that we now face. There are no easy or pat answers to these deep and troubling questions. The waters that we are currently navigating are uncharted. So now more than ever, we must each individually feel into our hearts and minds for our own answers in order to find the next step on our path. Having just spent 10 days quarantined and very ill with COVID-19, thankfully I expect a full recovery, I've journeyed deeply into the coronavirus. Much of what I'll be sharing in this article comes from an experience of this virus that is uniquely my own as a professional shamanic practitioner. I offer my insights here with the hope that you might too find your own way through this crisis. Goes on to say, the shaman's greatest tool. A shaman's dream is his or her world. A shaman dreams his or her world into being, co-creating reality using the power of their mind. And of course, that's what we're really here to teach you, is that you create the world that you live in with every thought, word, and deed. And even when you dream it into existence, you're creating the world. And as I said to a client the other day, we've just cleared everything off your stage. This is your stage. This is your script. This is your play. You're the lead character. And who do you want to invite on the stage of your life? We've just cleaned it. We just fired everybody. So who do you want on your stage of life, and what do you want to show up? So dream it into existence. Or to put it another way, what we experience in life comes about from what we believe about it, and what we believe forms a blueprint for how we will experience life. The greatest tool of the shaman is his or her imagination. So just like the shamans do, you too can use the imaginative power of your mind to co-create your own individual understanding of this virus, and to learn to build a relationship with it that transcends the pervasively fearful narrative that we hear about it throughout the media. It should be noted that this article in no way is an attempt to minimize or whitewash the real devastation, pain, and suffering that the coronavirus will leave in its wake. Many will die, and there will be lasting health or economic challenges as a result. But when reaching for a shamanistic perspective on any hardship or difficulty, we are required to search for the hidden gifts of the soul that are always contained within the darkness and the suffering. If we decide to open what our misfortunes may be telling us about ourselves, we are guided to the light of our new awareness. This is a cornerstone concept in shamanistic thought. True healing occurs by diving headfirst into the darkness in order to learn what the darkness represents or symbolizes. As we discover the true nature of our hardship, we are presented with the power to make different choices and to entertain new possibilities. In this way, our suffering is transformed into power. And then he goes on, and I won't read more, but the interesting thing is that he goes on to talk about, and if anybody wants to know about this, you can ask me in the questions. He's talking about these difficult times have been foretold. Let's begin with the context from the indigenous culture. These difficult times have been foretold. He talks about from the Quechan legend, he talks about from the Mayan Hopi Cree prophecy, he talks about the Hindu and Vedic scriptures, all foreshadowing that this event, this time will be on earth. And here we are in the midst of this, and guess what? We all put up our hand and said that we incarnate at this time to be part of this whole experience. So
that's one thing we've been told over and over and over, that we chose to be here at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to maybe jump down here, and it says here, and I haven't even read this yet, but a hopeful vision of a better world beyond the surface disaster. And we're now interrupted by somebody who wants to call in.
Good.
We're never interrupted. Grants Pass, Oregon.
Awesome.
Hello, welcome to the Wellness Show.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the Wellness Show.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's up? Hello? Hello? You're on the show. What's
Can
up?
you hear me?
Yeah, I certainly can.
So this is Marianne.
Hi.
Hi. So my situation has evolved a little bit.
All right.
There was quite a bit of drama happening last week. But it was the tip of the iceberg, apparently. There were quite a few other issues with where I'm living that I hadn't been told about. But I'm not really in need of moving in this non-movable
Climate.
Oh.
So,
I'm just wondering if you guys could look and see, is there any thing that you can tell me that you see that might be going on I need to know about?
well, I think you brought up a really good,
Yeah.
I think you brought up something really important is that if we can't go out and we can't change our residence and we can't really move around, then let's clear everybody's house and property. So when you're staying at home, you feel that you're in a safe zone, not in a scary place with things go creepy crawly and and things that go bump in the night. So let's do that. So everybody, if you're on call, you can use your pendulum and spin it counterclockwise. And if you don't have a pendulum, use your index finger. Remember, don't hold it up. You're holding it down, right? We're not giving the finger to the world, but maybe we should. All right. So, okay, here we go. So I translate, transmute, heal, and repair all non-beneficial energies in and around everybody's house. If everybody listening to this call now or in the future, and I am presence, all in my light team, divine assistant, divine mother, divine father, greater God, and the source of all that is, to assist in this clearing, so that all the houses and all the properties of everybody who is involved are free and clear of any intrusions from any and all sources, known or unknown, and that all the energy is contained in a state of grace and beatitude, so that everybody feels safe and comfortable in their home. so that they learn that their house is an extension of their body, and that they can create their new world, that they can come to terms with the new world that they are now living in. Because if we can manifest the reality one at home, if we can bring peace in our own houses, in our own hearts, that when we are released into the world, we can bring that new loving energy into the larger world. So this is our time to incubate, to co-create in the inner sanctum of our souls and our houses, to do the work that we're called to do. We don't have to do anything in the outer world right now. We can just dwell on what does it mean to be one in my house and with my family and with my loved ones. And I declare it so in my holy name, so be it, it is done. Thank you. And so it is. All right, thank you for that. I mean, that's really important that we feel safe at home, and that we, that we can
Thank
clear
you so much.
Well, thank you for phoning in. That was much appreciated. All right, bye for now.
Should we install something, or are we good?
Yeah, I think we installed at the same time. I mean, I'm doing both at the same time. So I installed that the house is an extension of who we are, that it's a safe zone, that we create a loving relationship in our own heart, which is our inner house, and that that house is the extension of who we be. And that if we can come to terms in our own heart and in our own family and create that new awareness, because we're not allowed to do it in the larger world, then when we are released into the larger world, then we can bring this new awareness to the world at large. So we get to use this as our incubator, as our womb, to create something new for the world. And
Awesome.
I declare it so, so be it, it is done. So there you are, that's the installation.
Oh, Ty, you just make my heart just beam. Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, so that was great. Thanks for phoning in, and don't forget there is a phone, and it's 1-866-369-7464, right about my head. And everybody that sees this said, "Oh, you're in jail. That's your number." Yeah, well, maybe that is, but I'm letting myself out of jail. So if you want to help bust me loose from my own jail, my own belief systems, then show up. Because when you show up with what you want to get broken through, and I give you the keys to your lockdown, I get to unlock my own cell. So we can do this together. I've been really surprised. I don't know why I'm been surprised, but every time I turn around, I'm offered a deeper clearing, and boy, they've been intense clearings I've been going through. Oh, and I have a beautiful dog that came to. Hi, Louie. Louie.
Oh, do we get to meet Louie?
Hey, Louie.
Louie.
Louie. Yoo-hoo.
Louie.
Yoo-hoo, Louie.
Louie,
Just
Louie.
came for a brief.
Hey, Louie, Louie. Da-da, Louie, Louie. Yeah, I was singing and dancing this morning. I don't think I've had so much joy in my spraying through my system. It was a lot of fun. I was dancing up and down the corridor. Sarah was coming through the door and saw this crazy guy dancing towards her. Yeah, I just got on somebody's page, and it was one of them was I don't even remember the song what it is, but they had cuts from all of the Frank Sinatra, all of the famous dancers, Dirty Dancing, Michael Jackson, all these people all dancing to the same thing, and I couldn't stop. I was up dancing, right? And then we went over to the Miami police, and they're on the roof, and they got the lights flashing on their cop car, and they're all singing together, right? For Miami. It was just like so powerful.
Everyone's home. There's no badness going on because everyone's at home, right? So
but here's the police, singing their hearts out for all of Miami. It just really, it brought tears to my eyes, and I was thinking, I got a keyboard that just arrived. I don't even know how to play a keyboard. I'm going to drag it out from underneath the bed and start playing. So for me, I've never had so much desire to sing and dance in my life as this time. I don't know why, but I just want it out, let it out. It just feels, it's just in my bones. So maybe that's my way of just expressing that I'm in a safe zone, and that my garden is about to grow, and the trees have been pruned, and the sun's coming out, and we're so blessed to be able to have this opportunity to just be with ourselves and be with our families and be where we are and come in harmony with nature and the Mother Earth right where we are. And if we do that, I guarantee you, that energy will ripple out from your house, begin to change the world around you and your neighbors and all the rest of it. The energy of fear will be transformed in your neighborhood. So there you are. So I see we have a number of people here. Do we have any questions?
No, but I'm kind of going back and forth with one of our participants here who has some pictures I think he wants to share. He sent them to me on Facebook, but I don't know really how to share them on Facebook. I guess I could figure it out though, yeah.
Do you have it? Can you, because you're a co-facilitator, can you share the screen?
Yeah, I gotta get
There you
there.
are. Then
I'm working on my phone and my computer, so.
Yeah, so find it on your computer and then share it. All right, so I'm going to just go back to that shaman article if I can just for a moment, because we didn't finish it, and I just want to finish so he talks about the fact that this has been, that in the Bible it says there's a time to sow and a time to reap, a time to harvest, and all the rest of that. So
there we go.
This is a cycle that we're in, and this has been ordained, or it's been discussed, or it's been told by many, many cultures, indigenous and otherwise, that we're coming to this point of transformation on this planet. And here we are. We've arrived at this, sometimes quicker than we thought, or in a way different than we thought, but here we are. So this is what he has to say: a hopeful vision of a better world beyond the surface disaster. There are but a few examples of the ancient prophecies about the times in which we now live, stories and channeled information that has been passed on by the wise ones. Despite that many of these stories are scary and dramatic, note that each one contains a hopeful vision of a better world that awaits us beyond the surface disaster. The truth is that we have all been feeling something quite similar to what these ancient prophecies portended, haven't we? In the recent days, weeks, and years, how often have you felt that we were in the midst of an immense and terrifying planetary shift, or that we cannot continue our current way of being without careening towards destruction? And now with the current crisis of the virus, something even more immediate is being asked of it. It is no longer enough for us to feel into these different energies happening on the planet. It's time for us to do something about them. This means that we must, just as the prophecies state, claim for ourselves that we are, each of us, one of the many souls who have incarnated at this time on the planet to usher in the light. We must claim this as our identity, and we must start to live to be it. So this is a time to step forward. This is no time to hide your light under the bushel basket. This is a time to step forth in all your shining light. This is a time to be brave and speak your truth, no matter what the consequences are. This is the time to step forward and be who you know you be. This is the time that we all need to collectively learn how to be one with each other and to live that in our souls. This is the time that we've been waiting for, and we are the ones that we've been waiting for. This is the time when we'll remember who we are as multidimensional beings. This is the time when all those memories of all the past lives, when we stood on the precipice of major planetary change in whatever dimension, in whatever world, that we too were on that cliff, and we too had choices to make. And here we are again with the same choices. Do we go over the cliff in fear, shout, shame, doubt? Or do we step into the void? Do we step into thin air and know that we will be guided, that thus we will be supported by Mother Earth? Do we have the courage to stand up and be counted? Because the whole world, the whole planet, the whole solar system, and the whole universe, and maybe even the multiverse, is waiting for us to stand in our truth. So I'm just going to read this last paragraph. The coronavirus, a message of the internal changes we must make. The coronavirus is a message of the inevitable changes that we all must make if we are to live in balance and harmony. Our Indigenous brothers and sisters have left us a roadmap that tells us that if we choose to, we can play an integral part in the restoration of the balance. We do this not only by actions we take in the world, but by cultivating a consciousness that always leads us towards choice, possibility, and the highest level of inclusivity. We make a promise to the world that from this moment onward, we will lead ourselves through the inner rainbow light of our hearts and minds to anyone and to anything that for whatever reason has lost their way or has its freedoms diminished. These internal changes of consciousness are not something that are difficult or far away from us. In this very moment, each of us already holds these propensities within, for this consciousness has been modeled for us by Mother Earth since the very day that we were born. Gaia loves us. She is our mother. We are born of her and we will return to her. Asking almost nothing in return, the earth provides us with all we need to sustain our life. Like, for example, the birds don't need money in order to live. The rabbits don't have to pay for the grass that they eat. I mean, the concept of humans having to work hard in order to pay for their sustenance is absolutely not according to universal law. And she provides us with a stage in which we can have this experience. The Earth's overarching intentionality is nothing less than the joyous intention of love for love's sake. Creation happening for no other reason than to experience more of itself. The energy that animates the planet is the energy of nature, an unencumbered and constant expression of growth and creation that if we would have simply allowed it, would have perpetually and lovingly surged through all of us until the end of time. It goes on. So this is the time.
So this is what I was getting while you were talking.
Yeah.
If all of us were to have enough of everything, right, and it was all more equal, right, and that there wasn't haves and have-nots, because I think the have-nots get scared, and that's where the hoarding and all that stuff comes in, and like, oh, I gotta go get 300 pounds of toilet paper, right, and stock up on everything because they're afraid of not having enough. Because there's so much how do you say that? Inequality.
Inequality. Yeah, I think that's absolutely true, the inequality planet-wise. I mean, if it's difficult for us here, can you imagine what it is in Africa as this spreads across? I mean, they're already starving. They already don't have enough food. They already are having trouble with disasters of every kind. So yeah, I mean, our brothers and our sisters are suffering, and according to the law of one, when one is harmed, we're all harmed. I mean, look, people, we are one. We have to take care of our brothers and sisters. So I don't know about what your government is doing, but I'm Canadian, and my government is putting this money for that, and you have to apply for this, and you lose 30% of your income, then you qualify here. But if you're a student over there, we got a different program for you there. And it just gets so confusing. Look, give everybody a guaranteed wage right across the board. It doesn't matter whether you're a millionaire or somebody on the street, poverty-stricken, give everybody a minimum guaranteed income. At income tax, if they didn't need it, bill them. If they didn't need it, if they did need it, it's done. You don't need all these rules and regulations about qualifying for this or whatever. This is a unique opportunity that Spain has done. Guaranteed income for everybody. No exceptions, right?
More of a socialistic kind of a...
Well, you could call it socialism, but in your country, if you use the word socialism, everybody thinks it's communism, and they think it's the boogeyman, and everybody gets scared, and Bernie gets sacrificed on,
That's because you don't want Section 8 having the same thing that I have. That's the American mentality. I work hard for this. I'm not giving them who don't do nothing for nothing. It's just that whole mentality of I deserve.
Who says you're doing anything that's worthwhile? You polluted the planet. You raped and pillaged all over the planet. You created chaos by taking, gluttony, stealing everybody's oil and thinking that you rule, the rooster of the roost. Come on, karmically, it's a big, huge mess. Wake up, America. Sorry, you've got this on yourself, and you got nobody to blame but yourself. So you, the citizens who know better, that you got a crazy ass government, wake up. Yeah, and I've had many conversations with my dear friend who went through the whole revolution in Chile and had to escape because otherwise he would be shot. And we always had these conversations. Is it revolution or is it evolution? He was revolution. He just said, you got to get in the streets. I said, oh, no, don't get in the streets. It's the evolution of consciousness going to win the day. But they're two sides of the same coin. Sometimes you have to stand up and be counted. I'm not saying you need to get out there with a picket sign. I'm not saying you need to sacrifice yourself. But this is the time you do need to morally stand up and be counted. Okay?
I think we need to go inside and find out who and what we really are and start being honest and truthful with ourselves.
Yeah, and speak your truth.
People are just not being truthful with themselves. And then when they do hear the truth, they get mad at you because I speak the truth. I don't know about anyone else out there, but I say the truth all the time. And if you know me, you can comment in here because I'm the first one to say, I'll call you out. I'll call me out. I'll call Tyson out. I call everybody out. And that's the main reason why there's so many people out there that don't really care about what I have to say because they don't want to hear the truth about themselves. But what we really need to do is get truthful with ourselves, get honest with ourselves, and quit hiding in the shadows about what I need and what I don't need.
Because or what my government needs to do for me. Screw what your government needs to do for you. What do you need to do for yourself? You know?
Yeah.
Get out of this whole thing, Democrat, Republicans, and all the rest of this crap. Doesn't matter. They're two sides of the same coin, a bad penny. Come on, wake up. You know, you've got a constitution, you've got a Bill of Rights, you've got the most amazing set of your Declaration of Independence is probably one of the best written declarations on the planet. For God's sakes, live up to it. Never mind the Second Amendment and the Third Amendment and carrying guns and all the rest of that. Look, if you need to shoot somebody to protect yourself, you're not in the right vibrational frequency in the first place, right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
If you think you're going to shoot your way out into the new world, forget it.
You should have heard the like lashback that I got because I, like a few years ago, I said, I love this about an African nation that when one person does something bad, right? Like let's say they steal from somebody, the whole community will gather around them and love them and sing their song to them, their birth song, and love them so that they remember who they are again, so that they're forgiven and to like, please don't steal. We'll give you whatever you need, right?
Right. Let's figure this out.
Wouldn't that be awesome? And I cannot believe how many people got mad at me for saying, oh, why don't we just try and love one another? What a freaking concept.
No, we need to punish them. They're bad, rotten, and wrong.
No, it's so ridiculous. It's so backwards. But then I was told for so long ago that God told me, Laura, everything is upside down and backwards. And I would sit there and I'd be like, I do not understand what you mean everything's upside down and backwards. Well, the farther down this lane that I've gotten, the more I'm, oh, well, okay, I get it. You think that by like throwing people in jail or shooting someone is the answer? I don't agree.
No.
I don't agree.
Well, you little radical rebel, you.
I gotta get off my soapbox because I'm gonna get going today. I got fire under my butt.
Hey, you're on a rant. You're joining. We're up and down that alleyway. We're just ranting and raving. Well, you know, and maybe it's time for everybody to do a little rant and rave. I mean, whether it's a rant and rave to get it all out, right? That's good too. But don't forget to dance. Please dance. Nothing like dance. Put that music. I don't care what rocks your soul, but put it on and dance, and then dance some more. And I would even say dance until you're exhausted. You got to get it out. You got to dance through it. Do something. I mean, this morning was just so liberating to dance and to sing and to feel that joy singing through my body. You know, you ain't gonna make me depressed in my house. You ain't gonna lock me down and put me in fear. You're not gonna do this to me. I'm gonna dance my soul out. I'm gonna learn music. I'm gonna sing and do things that I've never done in my life before. I'm just gonna do them. Why? Because I wanna do them. Because I wanna sing the praises of how fortunate I am to live where I am with the reality I've created for myself. And I wanna help everybody else wake up to their reality. So wherever they are, in their homes, they feel so comfortable and so joyful that they want to sing and dance their own praises and get out of their own misery so they can free their souls. That's what I want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Da-da-da-da.
maybe we're all like stuck in these homes together so that we can get real with each other and figure stuff out. And I know it's been happening in this house, but afterwards we tell each other how much we love each other and how much we appreciate each other. And I think we've grown more in the past. I think we're like 10 or 11, 14, something like that. I don't know. There's so many days that we've been locked in, only going out for essentials, right? Which is once a week to go get groceries. Otherwise, we're staying home, taking walks. But, it's.
Yeah, this is a time you can't run away from yourself. You can't run away from your family. And guess what? You can't run away from your country because you see it all happening. I mean, it gives you time to get out of the busyness of your life because there's no more busyness and take a look at this great, incredible drama that we created for ourselves, right? And the crazy way that we allow politicians to run our life. I mean, like this is insanity plus. And hopefully enough people are waking up and saying, what do you mean I'm going to do mail-in ballots? What do you mean we're going to be all chipped, right? No way. I mean,
what do you mean we can't go to state parks because someone is graffitiing it? You know what? We find the graffitier, the people who are doing the graffiti, and put them up and stand them up and say, clean it up and quit being, we're going to love you into this, but quit doing that so that we can all share and have what we need. But now cops are like blocking off, like, what do you call those? Tennis courts. This is what I read this morning. It's getting insane. You can't go outside now because people can't be respectful of one another. Come on, people. Come on, hold each other accountable. Call them out, point them out, tell them to knock it off, grow up.
Yeah.
That's all we got to learn.
The other scary part of that is the last time I remember where citizens were reporting each other was in Nazi Germany. So let's not get into that, right? If your neighbor's out planting a garden, it's none of your damn business. As long as they're 8 feet away from you, leave them the F alone, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's none of your business, right?
Right. And
Just you just do your social distancing, whether other people do it or not. It's none of your business. Just none of your business.
Didn't we learn that in 3rd grade? Mind your own business. My mom.
Mind your own business. Do what your mummy told you, right? And the big mummy here is Mother Earth. Is my mummy happy with me? No, my mummy's rightly pissed at me. And she's going like this. Hey, wake up. Okay?
Over my knee.
Yeah, so the big question is what I'm doing, is it harmonious with Mother Earth, yes or no? Because if it isn't, you better get ready. I think from my point of view, Mama is in a big way. Mama's pissed, right? Mm-hmm. She's birthing a new kid on the block. She's creating a new Earth. And I don't know about you, but when a woman is birthing, you better get out of the way and you better help her breathe because otherwise you're in trouble. If you're not breathing with that woman that's birthing, you're part of the problem, and she's going to tell you that. And even if you are breathing with her and one with her, she's still going to tell you that you're the problem. So you better get your butt in gear and realize that your mama, your big mama, is saying, you better start breathing with me. You better start paying attention because we're birthing, we're in the birth canal, and there's no going back, right? So are you part of the solution or are you part of the problem? Simple as that.
And we all need to sit down and think about that, including you and me.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not exempt, for God's sake. I had to give myself a day off. Now, can I even make a day off to get in across the 30 yards here into my garage to do some workout in the gym? Well, I'm going to do it today. And am I going to take the time to be in the garden? And am I going to shut down my computer, even though I love you all and people want to talk to me and I've got courses to teach and I'm canceling today? Am I brave enough to do something for my own self? Because if I can't take care of myself, how can I ever do it for somebody else?
Thank you. That's why I took last weekend off. I'm going to take this weekend off. I'm going to tell everybody my phone's off. Leave me alone. Unless I want to talk to you, don't call me.
Right.
If you have a 911, you can 911 me, though, if it's an emergency. But then it better be an emergency. Don't mess with Mama.
Yeah, who's the boss?
Me.
All right. So, are there any questions out there in question land? You ranted, I ranted, and maybe it's time for somebody else to rant.
It's true. So I just got one of our watchers, Matt, is he's working, and every day he turns on his phone and his computer to watch you and I, because he really enjoys our show. And he's told me last night, he said you had 3 people watching beside myself. He said I was working, so I was off helping someone else. And when he came back, 3 people were watching our show, and they're like, gosh, this show is really good. So now he said, I thought you'd like to know I have 2 people back to watch today. We're getting a following, dude.
Yay, 3 people watching in the same place. And if you're watching and you're at work, we love you for all that you're doing to help keep us all safe in our own homes so that we can do what we're doing. So we're truly grateful for you being out there. Be safe, stay out of fear, because that's going to keep your immune system up. Don't forget to sing and dance, drink lots of water, and have fun, all right? And the more you dance up and down when you're doing whatever your job is, the more joy you're going to bring to everybody around you. And even if you're in the delivery service or doing something, if you can just smile, right? Everybody's taking this so serious. Everybody's lined up. Yeah, I don't get to even go out. I'm so lucky that I have a younger couple here that do all the shopping because I'm an old fart. I have to stay home and behave myself. Yeah?
Everyone is smiling.
That's right.
You just can't see it.
That's right. And you guys complained about Islam and burqas, and now you look exactly the same as them. So.
And you know what else too? The government is also, it's another sign of saying, be quiet.
We can't hear you.
You got to cover the nose too, or else it doesn't matter.
Oh, right.
I saw a woman at the store like this, and my sister was like, I don't think that's going to help her. It's going up the nose, right? We just laughed.
People, nothing's going to help. No mask, no whatever. Nothing's going to help unless you get your place, get your awareness into what can I do to raise my immune system? What can I let go of today? How can I bring some joy into my life? How can I sing and dance and make other people smile? What can I do to make my family and my health more safety? Like, are there pesticides and herbicides in my basement I need to get rid of that are having a toxic environment? Have I cleared my house of any entities or things that go bump in the night? Have I cleared my own energy field and those of my loved ones? Have I got rid of all my trauma, unresolved conflict that's going to come up under this time, right? I mean, if you didn't think you had any fear, doubt, or shame, I could guarantee you in my life, with what's going on in me, I've got to clear at the deepest level that I never even knew I had a problem. Seriously.
I
This
know.
stuff is deep and it's going to come up. The whole earth says, I'm raising my consciousness. I'm your mama. And if I'm raising my energy, you're going to raise your energy too. So get real. And getting real is for lots of people scary. That's why people are suicidal, crazy, and phoning Laura and out of their tree and, scared to death. And I get that. That's why we're here for you. We're going to help you find your true nature that's just beyond your fear and your shame and your guilt, all the rest. And for the first time in your life, you have the opportunity to be at home and do this deeper work. No excuses, nowhere to escape to, right? Shut off that phone. Shut off that TV. And shut off your babbling mind, right?
Always come in and watch our show, though.
Right. Turn off that monkey mind and go inward and ask your question, your question, who am I and why am I here? What's the greatest purpose? What's the greater reason of why I'm here? Why am I locked down? What's going on here? Ask those questions and you'll be surprised with the answers that come to you.
And I have, and I figured out, I'm just going to share with y'all. I figured out a few things. This last summer, I was living with my cousin, who I absolutely adore, but he and I are so much alike. And he helped me realize some things that I needed to work through because he mirrored to me exactly what I was doing to other people. And that helped so much. And now I'm here with my sister and brother-in-law, and I'm working through more stuff that I just know that I need to get through to get closer and deeper into my heart and love more and understand more and be more patient and loving and kind and truthful. That's point blank truthful, but also not being reactive, but just loving people through everything.
No matter.
And in the last year and a half, that has been such amazing work. Just that. And if you can do your work and get through these things and look at yourself and say, what is it that I am doing to create this? Not at Tyson and say, Tyson, you come at me and because we've had our issues, you and I, and it's always about what am I doing to create this issue? Not what is Tyson doing to me, but I want to know what am I doing to create this?
Yeah, it's been really hard to straighten you out.
Oh my God, you make me want.
But you're getting it.
Oh my God, I need this now.
Right. Yeah, we all have our unique story and we have our own trauma and unresolved conflict from whatever stories we believed when we were kids, when somebody of authority, either our parents or it could be somebody, like I remember one teacher whispering in my ear as I'm singing along because in her singing class, he says, you don't know how to carry a tune. Well, thanks, lady. You just screwed up my ability to sing for my rest of my life unless I get over it, right? So, I mean, there's been so many things that we've been told to sit down, shut up, or, children shouldn't, should be seen but not heard. You need to work hard in order to succeed. Please be quiet. You're bothering us. Can't you see we're doing something important? Whatever. I mean, there's 101,000 different ones of those. Or then you get to the point of, well, my best friend died in a car accident and I've lost somebody I loved. I am angry with God. And there's a big one, right? I am pissed at God. All of these are core fractures and toxic emotion, unresolved conflict that eat you from the inside out and drains your energy. And when you come with a virus that says, hey, I only feed on lower energy, I only can get into you if your immune system is depressed, you're depressed. Oh, here's a depressed person. They've compromised their physical body by not taking care of themselves, or they haven't done the deeper work and the trauma and the core fractures, toxic emotion. Oh, here's a good habitat for me to thrive in. It's just that simple. Okay? It's pure energy. It's not the mean, batty coronavirus. It's saying, hey, this is my job, is to clear up everybody on the planet and help them get real. What are you doing for your own spiritual, physical, emotion, and psychological well-being? How are you taking care of yourself? Are you so busy caught in the matrix of making money and success and dollars and cents and boy toys in the backyard and, the person who wins has the most toys in their yard? What are getting you up in the morning or got you up in the morning? Because let's get real. None of that makes any sense. You can't even use your toys now. So what is it that makes you real? What is it that you can take this time to do the inner work and work with somebody like Laura or myself to be your coach to help you go inwardly and do this work so that you're no longer part of the problem. You're no longer something that the virus wants to take off the planet because it's on the part of Mother Nature's cleanup crew, right? It's just that simple. You got to take the garbage out. The garbage gets stinky. And on this planet, the garbage, now I know disrespect for those that are going through hell. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we all choose the destiny that we want for ourselves, good, bad, or indifferent. And I have compassion for the fact that lots of people are suffering and have no idea why this is happening to them. What I'm trying to do is point out for those that are willing to listen why it's happening to you so you can make the choice and not be the victim of being innocent. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, poor me. It's doing it to me, and I'm such a nice person, right?
Why is it fair? Me? What did I do so wrong?
Yeah, it's not fair. And I'm telling you how terrible it is for me, and you won't listen to me. I got a story to tell. You think it's terrible for you. My story's worse. Okay? Get out of your story. Right? Stop your story. I don't care about your story. What's your solution? Wake up. Smell the coffee. Oh, yeah, coffee. I have a little drink here.
Water, Tyson, water.
Oh, yeah, water. I didn't even have my morning water here. I'm contradicting everything I'm telling you. I don't even have my water here. Oh, my goodness, right? Oh, I'm bad, rotten, and wrong. Oh, no.
That's okay. You can drink more water later.
Yeah, so every one of these, there's 2 of those waters, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I know. That's why I only have a cup of coffee now. I'm not even really finishing a cup of coffee anymore.
Right.
I'm trying
All
to
right.
get
So, is there any questions out there in question land? We got 6 people. We got 3
we have
chats.
more online. People are commenting like, yep, I love you for that, for telling the truth. Absolutely, that's why I love you and appreciate you. I'm so grateful you have come into my life and for introducing me to Ty and all those lovely people on here. All noses matter. Mold. I don't know what the mold comment was about. I don't know. I don't remember that. Do you?
No, but I'm going to come over here and I'm going to finish Jonathan Hammond's article from the shaman's perspective. Let's do in the honor of finishing it. We have one more paragraph to go.
Yeah, let's do it. It's actually really good.
Yeah, he is. Thank you, Jonathan. If we find you, we're going to thank you. We're thank you on right here. This is copyrighted 2020 by Jonathan Hammond, all rights reserved. Thank you for sharing this so we can share it online with everybody today. So the last paragraph, it says an upgrade and interior makeover. The coronavirus is an upgrade, an interior makeover that, if you choose to imagine it as such, will open you further to your own becoming. Its awful headache is a painful shift into ascension within the 6th and 7th chakras. Its intense fever burns whatever inside you is not love. Its raw cough rids you of grief, sadness, and fear, and extreme fatigue that is induced is its command for you to rest deeply in preparation for the part you will play in the unfolding story. Like the shamans, if you stay close to the wisdom of the earth's movements, we can remain in the flow, even in the midst of a pandemic. Ask COVID-19 to work with you. Explain to it that you will heed its messages and that you will learn from it, that you will honor its wisdom, and that you will go do and be as it sees fit. If you agree to open yourself fully to what is happening on the planet, you will gift yourself back to the world. If the world didn't need you, you wouldn't be here. Thank you, Jonathan Hammond. I really greatly appreciate you for taking the time to write that on behalf of all of us.
That's wonderful. I'm going to look him up.
Yeah. Actually, I'll send you the link for the show notes.
Okay, great. Thank you. But I also want to look him up and like check him out myself too. So Matthew Hendricks says, Source wants me to bless the river. He's on the Wisconsin River now, here in Wisconsin, because I know, and he's saying that it wants me to bless the river. Is there something Tyson can do to assist?
All right, so I wasn't really paying attention. There's the link to Jonathan right there. If you want to kick, it's a long link, but for those that are on the show, you can just click that link and it will take you over to the article I was reading. And Laura, I could make a short link. Do you know how to make a short link?
No.
All right, I'll make you a short link so it's shorter in the show notes. Okay. All right, sorry, I missed that. Could you read that over again? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Matt is saying, Source wants me to bless the river. Is there something Tyson can do to assist? He's on the Wisconsin River right now.
Yes, please. Okay, so yes, there's a whole water ceremonies. There's a whole group that Shelley Darling and I are work with that group. She more directly than I do. It's called a River Blessing Group. So come on to our show on Tuesday night. I think, Laura, you have the link to that Tuesday show in the show notes. I sent it to you, so if you can just put that in. we talk about our relationship to earth and how to bless the waters of life, the inner waters and the rivers that flow. And doing ceremony is really, really important. I know I bless the waters here that we drink, and I know the ladies down the road, the 3 ladies that I love so dearly, they bless the water in a big, huge gallon jar every day. And I don't know if they're still doing it, but then they would bless it and then take it down and put it back into the lake. So they take it, and they do ceremony. That's what you can do. And there's groups that do water blessings all over the planet to bless the rivers of life. My medicine wheel, the Mayan Morning Star medicine wheel out in my front, overlooking the lake, has rivers. So the major stones in there are from the confluence of the major rivers in British Columbia. I love rivers. Okay, so the stones are where the rivers meet, and I've had those stones. So when I do ceremony at the medicine wheel, I'm not only connecting to the angelic kingdom, but to the Mayan elders, but the rivers of life, the rivers of life, which are really the meridians inside of ourselves. And so when we clean the rivers of the planet of Mother Earth, we're cleaning her meridians, right?
Or bloodstream is how I look at it.
Yeah, you're blessing it, you're doing ceremony. And so do ceremony at the side of the river or beside a lake is really, really powerful. You know, it's the waters of life. We are 80% different organs, are 90% water. We are water, right? Mm-hmm. We are water. And of course, bless the ocean, because the waters within us, we were born in salt water, right? So we're saltwater beings, you know, which goes back to probably our evolution, that we have maybe emerged from the sea. Okay, so the sea is important too to bless as well, you know. So there you are, yeah. So doing ceremony. You could also, Raymond Grace has a water blessing ceremony that he has everybody do at the same time all over the planet. So he has a whole a DVD or a CD that you can get, or go on to his, and there's videos you can watch about how to do the water blessing, so you're part of the whole water blessing group, right? If you head over to Good of the Whole, and if you talk to Shelley Darling on the show that we do together and ask her that question, she will direct you to the groups that do water blessings all over the planet as well. I just can't remember the name of the group right now. Yeah, so blessing waters is really, really powerful thing to do. So thank you. And if everybody blessed the waters in their own backyard, what I mean, your own bioregion, mm-hmm. that would clean up the health of the area very, very quickly.
I agree. We take our waterways so granted.
Yeah, we pollute them and pee in them and put effluent in them. I mean, come on. I mean, does the bird poop in its nest? No. Why are we pooping in our nest? Are we crazy? No animal poops in its nest.
I'm a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm a little crazy too, but I don't think I poop in my nest.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, maybe with the pens later. It all depends. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. He cracks me up. You people get this? He's so funny. It all depends. Depends. Get it? Depends. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're so funny, Ty. Thank you. Oh.
All right, we got 5 more minutes to go, so we want somebody to phone in and use this magic number. I'm here, 1-866-DOW-ZING or 1-866-369-7464. We want to get you free and clear. We want you to stand in your truth and deliver your awesome gifts to the world. So if you're brave, or not even brave, phone in. Why not? Or ask us a question, and we will tell you no lies. We can't help but try and tell you the truth, because the truth shall set you free. All right. No questions out there? Anybody want to raise their hand?
I'll share this with you. Yesterday, I had a client call in, and you said something yesterday that triggered her. You said water witching, and her both her grandparents were water witchers, or they called them witchers. And she opened up. She like all of her anger disappeared. She's been angry for a while. I've been waiting for this to happen. And you triggered a memory from her from 5 years old that here she is. She's come from this line of intuitive people. And I wanted to share that with you because you and this show really, like, it does help people, it heals people, it opens people up, and we don't even know what's happening. I needed to share that with you.
Yeah, let me tell you a story. It's from a book. I can't remember the book, but I will find a book, or maybe I won't find a book if the book appears.
Right here.
Yeah. So the book goes like this. It's about a story about a Russian shaman, and the Russian shaman is working with a psychologist, or the person who is in training with the shaman as a psychologist. And actually, she's the head of I want to say, and I don't know what the politically correct term is, an insane asylum. Okay. All right. What's the politically correct term for an insane asylum? A crazy bin? No. What is it? A nut house? No. It is a mental institute. All right. I need to be culturally sensitive. All right. And she was working with the shaman, and she said, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help these people. And the shaman said, look, here's what I want to set up for you is that just know that when the person comes into your office, just know that you will have exactly the right thing to say at the right time that will trigger and release them. That's all you need to know. And guess what? Everybody was released from that insane asylum.
Wow.
Why? Because she believed that that was true. She had no idea what she said that triggered them to release them, because it wasn't her. She was the conduit, and the shaman taught her to stop trying to figure this out in your head. Are you working with source consciousness? Are you working with the divine? Are you working with the great spirit? Because if you are, you're already the channel, and you have no idea what you're going to say at the right time, at the right place to trigger whoever. So this is, again, if we can just get out of our heads and not get our ego in the way. I said ego, not eagle. I love eagles because they're always an indication that something amazing is going to happen. And by the way, I live in a place where there's lots of eagles, right? And when they fly back, they remind me, oh yeah, that's amazing. I get to be connected to them. Anyway, I digress. So stay out of your ego and stay connected to source so that it can flow through you, because you must be in the right place at the right time to say. So, and some people say, well, what did you say? And you won't have a clue. You won't have any memory whatsoever of what you said or how you triggered them. And they may tell you after the fact, and again, they may not.
Debbie from Energy Alchemy says, this is my morning church. You guys rock today. I have so much respect for the truth that you speak. Oh, thanks, Debbie.
Yeah, thank you. And my goodness, yeah. I mean, we're just babbling, really. I mean, we're just carrying on like two kids, trying to do the best we can because, well, we just want to do this. We want you to be able to know that there's a different way to show up, and that if we can be courageous and stupid enough to be ourselves, maybe we can encourage you to do that as well. I mean, this is us in the raw, right? I mean, Laura showed me her belt. No, she didn't. I saw her belly button. Before she adjusted her camera, I said, what are you doing, Laura? No, don't talk about that. Okay. I mean, yeah, we're just being ourselves, right? We're just trying to be true and real. And all of our warts are shown, right? And, crazy dancing, crazy singing. We're here for you. But beneath it all is we really do want to help you take back your personal power, be a sovereign human being, to find the joy in your heart, to learn how to stand up and deliver your unique gifts to the world. Because if we're the ones that we've been waiting for, then why are we waiting for each other? Why can't you just show up and be you? Why can't you just sing and dance and be the truth seeker that you are,
Mm-hmm.
Just
and not be
do
afraid.
it. No excuses, right?
Right.
I mean, how could it get any worse? They can't arrest you and put you in jail. You're already in jail. You're already under house arrest. What else can they do? Right?
True.
Yeah. And
True.
how has anybody ever survived at any concentration camp or any lockdown or any prison? They sing.
Or a zoo.
Dance.
Or a zoo.
Or
Think
a
of all those animals that have to do this every single day for their entire life.
Right.
They're
And
in
don't
lockdown.
be that animal that's pacing, right? Which is
Now you know how it
which just rips my heart open. Don't be that animal pacing up and down the fence. Be that animal that's just lying in the corner and is bringing that little kitty cat, that little stray cat in to lie with the tiger so you can have a buddy, right? So you guys can just groove together, right? Even in the midst of this cell. So that's what I'm saying. This is your prison, but we've all created this prison for ourselves. But wherever you are, you can free yourself. You know, did Mahatma Gandhi get depressed in jail? No. You know?
No, he learned to meditate and become like a great person. Mahatma Gandhi, and who was the other guy too that was
well, everybody that's been sent to jail did the deeper work. They either learned the Bible and came out as a preacher, or they learned the gospel and they went inward.
Nelson Mandela too, right?
Nelson Mandela, right?
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
I mean, it's a blessing. A jail sentence or being confined to your home is to stop the bullshit in your life, allow you to go inward and find out who are you and why are you here and what are you here for, and it'll give you your soul mission, right? And when you get out of jail, your own private jail, you find the key, right? Because you're the one that locked yourself in, and you free your soul. When this is over, you're going to step forth and you will never, ever be able to be jailed psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, ever again. You will be a sovereign human being, and that truth of who you are will be unshakable. There'll be no chipping. There'll be no lockdowns. There'll be no mind control. There'll be no crazy ass agenda by anybody that's going to have any significance to you whatsoever, because you're going to always be in the right place at the right time to be a free sovereign agent of change. Not spare change.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, just so we're clear.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. Debbie said, I would like a session from one of you who has some time.
Yeah, well, just the links are in the show notes to, either Laura or myself to have a free session, right? And then
You can Google either one of us, or go on Facebook. Both of us are online all over the place.
Actually, if you just look at where we're broadcasting this from on my homepage, all of that information is right there, right above where you're watching it.
Right here is Laura Cool Soul to Soul Readings. If you Google that, I'm right there. I'm everywhere on Google.
I'm everywhere. And nowhere.
I know so is Mr. Tyson Bannigan. You do his name. I don't know where you are on Facebook. I think you're over here. If you do his name, right there. you can Google him too, and we're everywhere. And our phone numbers are everywhere. You can also call his number 1-866-369-7464 anytime and get an appointment with him too.
That is if I have my phone on.
Huh?
That is if I remember to put my phone on.
Yeah, but you do get messages, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. Because there was another client I texted you about that was.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, you better. Yeah. Okay, I'll wake up. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Poor Tyson. He's pulled in every direction.
That's right. All right, so we're past the hour, and hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for being our therapy. You're our daily morning therapy that we can just let it all hang out in a safe zone. And
that's why I get up and shower and get dressed every day.
Right.
I don't think I would otherwise. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you give us the reason to get up and pontificate and to do a rant every day and just tell it the way it is. I mean, you're helping us become courageous. So thank you for that, because otherwise we would be just have our light on our bushel basket. We wouldn't have the courage to step forth. I mean, I'm saying things on the show I've never ever said in my life because I've been too afraid that the boogeyman is going to come and get me. But guess what? I'm already locked down. So what could be worse, right? Maybe they could cut off my internet or not let me play on Facebook or whatever. But yeah, who said that? Okay, everybody be quiet. All right. Sorry about that.
Come
All
on,
right.
deck of cards, though. You might.
We're taking the weekend off,
Yep.
and so we will be back Monday with you at 9 o'clock Pacific.
10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern.
Right, same time, same place, with the show. So phone in, ask us tough questions, ask us, questions, and we'll tell you no lies. Make us be the truth seekers. Make us go inward and get guidance, not only for you, but for everybody else who has the same question. So until Monday, at the times we said, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye for now.
Bye.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.